This video is based on the article in the Globe, Divorcee Must Kick Her Debt Habit to the Curb, and it's a story about Susie and her overspending. Now there's a link to the full article on our YouTube channel, Atlantis Financial Inc. Now we prepare these videos because the best way to learn about money is to experience it. Just like pilots learn to fly using a simulator, you use a simulator to learn to spend. So we're going to take a look at Susie's current situation, the solution presented in the Globe, and an alternative solution. So this is Susie's current situation. She's making $100,000 a year. In terms of spending, she's spending $30,000 a year on general expenses. We can break that down. She has a latte factor of about $13,000 a year. That means she's spending $13,000 each year and has no idea where that money is going. Entertainment, about $8,000 a year. Vacations, $3,000. And when she buys a vehicle, it's a $40,000 vehicle. Okay? When we look at her net worth, we can see that her net worth is slowly growing over time. Retirement comes and net worth depletes. If we look at her debts, debts are here. Debts never get paid off, and we have negative net worth. So this solution doesn't work. Net cash flow, how much is coming in each year, how much is going out, it's negative. Starts to improve a little bit, but retirement comes and there is no money for retirement. So we need a solution. So let's take a look at the solution provided in the Globe. So what we're doing is we're now selling the house. We're going to purchase a smaller home. We're going to pay off almost all of the debts, and we're going to reduce some of Susie's lifestyle expenses. So for example, general expenses, we were spending $30,000, now it's $8,000. Entertainment, we've dropped from $8,000 to $3,000. Vacations, well, that was coming out of the $8,000. And vehicles, when we purchase a new vehicle, we're going to purchase a vehicle for $17,000 rather than $40,000. Okay, so when we do that, we can take a look at the net worth, and of course we can see now net worth is growing well, her savings are growing well, net cash flow is positive, so this plan works, it's successful. I'm just not sure it's going to work for Susie. When I read the article about Susie, I thought, what's important to Susie? I think she likes to be active, enjoyment's important, family, friendship, health, and prestige. Those are all important things to her. So when we start reducing the expenses, we need to be sensitive to these things. So here we can see what Susie's spending most of her money on, what the lifetime cost of that expense is, and how does that expense rank in terms of her values. So in terms of her home, that's probably the least important thing to Susie, and yet she's spending about $2 million over her lifetime on that home. So I agree with the article. Let's sell the home. So here we are. We've gone in, we've sold the home. I'm suggesting that we now just rent a condo unit for about $1,500 a month. I am going to suggest that Susie reduce her expenses a little bit. So instead of $1,300 or $1,000 being spent each year with not knowing where it's going to go, let's just keep it to $3,000. We'll maintain the $8,000 for entertainment, still continue to take the winter vacation, and vehicles, well, let's trim those a little bit. Let's get $30,000 vehicles when we need to replace one, and in retirement we'll get a smaller vehicle. Okay. And finally, I'm going to suggest that Susie make RRSP contributions of about $9,000 a year, and the employer will match. Now, when we do that, we can see the net worth is going to grow. We have a gap here. If we look at her income assets, so these are the savings. Again, we're good until about age 80, but we have a gap. Now, we don't need to fill that gap now. At this point, we just need to get Susie started down the right path. We've got time in here to figure out how to close this gap. And keep in mind that even though Susie has spent all her money, she still has income coming in after age 80. Not a lot. There's about $20,000 a year, but that pales in comparison to the $70,000 she was taking out earlier. So to summarize, Susie should sell the home and find a rental for about $1,500 a month, make RSP contributions of about $9,000 each month, pay off all your debts when you sell the home, and then go out, buy a bottle of wine, and celebrate. You're starting down the right path now.